if you're into Bhangra music, you're going to know who these three chaps are.
Hello, welcome. What you doing here?
Actually, we're here for a brand new show, and we're starting off at the Dome. Tell you what, me and Monica are going to go get ready, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes, okay? Right, and with me I have Surj, lead singer from the Sahotas. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing not bad, my throat's gone a bit after singing on that stage.
Yeah, you've been performing quite well tonight, I've been watching you.
Thank you very much indeed, it's just that we've been so busy on the road, you know. Tonight has been really good, really enjoyed it.
So, what do you think of the crowd in Birmingham?
Sorry?
What do you think of the crowd in Birmingham?
I think they're really good. Well, our hometown's Wolverhampton, and I mean, it's going really good nationwide. We've got a real good following now, the band has.
Plenty of support. Actually, can you feel this vibrating?
Yeah, I can.
You've been going around now for quite a few years. How long has it been?
Well, it's our third year now in the market, yeah. And in the 3 years, what we've done, the music has really gone across with all our audiences across the country, you know. And we're really shocked. I mean, the album, the latest album, we got a platinum disc. You know, and the sales of the albums and obviously our live performance, you know, the music's really talking.
Well, you've come along quite a lot since 3 years ago, because I remember you actually played in Bradford once, and only about 25 people turned up when there was a daytime disco. But you seem to be the top band in the UK at the moment, and you was also on Cilla Black's Surprise Surprise. How did that come about?
Well, you know, the Bradford show, let me just correct, that was bad promotion and publicity, right? I mean, now the way things are going, the record company, it's like multi-ton, right? They've been really good with us. They know that we're their sort of first priority band now. They've seen, you know, our albums have done so well, and they've seen our live performance, so they chose us actually to do Cilla Black and, you know, all the other TV programs we've done. I mean, the Western crowd, you know, even though I'm singing in Punjabi, you know, they really like the groove, right?
Great stuff. Surj, look, thanks for your time. questions I'd like to ask you basically is like, how did you become aware of Asian music?
Through my friends. I have a lot of Asian friends and they've kind of got me into the music. It's good, yeah.
You told me your first boyfriend was actually Asian and he actually told you to get into Bhangra music. What, did he force you into the music or did he actually enjoy listening to it anyway?
No, I really liked it and I picked up on the dancing and that's the kind of music I like now.
What was your favourite group?
Ajaa and the Sahotas.
And what about yours, Ruth?
Padesi.
Is there any particular track that you like from Padesi or don't you know?
She knows it, but she can't pronounce it.
I bet she can sing it. And do you try to attend all these Asian events?
Yeah, when possible. They're really good.
Yeah.
Let's suppose in Asian music got into the mainstream shops such as, well, won't mention any names. Would you actually pop into the shops and buy Asian music?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's restricted at the moment. You have to go into a certain kind of shop, an Asian shop, to buy it. It'd be better if it was more open. You could just pop into any shop and get it.
Just drag this gentleman here away from the crowd. This is Pavan from HMV. Now, you're trying to change the situation about Bhangra music in your store, is that right?
Well, having read that you can sell up to 80 to 100,000 units and still not hit the Gallup chart, I thought it was a bit of a misrepresentation. So working in leading Broadway, HMV, where just down the road you got Southall, I thought, well, why not? You know, I myself go out and buy Indian records. I hate the service I get. So I thought, well, hang on, let's do it here. So we in HMV Ealing will be stocking Indian music. Initially just the small chart stuff, i.e. the new releases, and then taking it further.
And what about the other HMV stores? Are they doing anything like this to change the situation?
I think currently you'll find it's down to managerial level where we're left to run our own devices. Obviously we get guidelines, but at the end of the day, when you run a business, it's all about money, isn't it? So if we're successful, I'm sure in areas like Wolverhampton, Birmingham, maybe even Manchester, where there is an Asian community, that it may, I mean, I can't promise anything, but somebody may suddenly turn around, hang on, he's doing his budget just by purely selling Indian music. Let's go for it.
Well, we decided to check Manchester out, and here we are outside HMV. I've just been into the store to have a look through the music, only to find that they don't stock any Bhangra music. Anyway, let's go to our price across the way and see what they've got inside. Well, I'd like to introduce Mark to you. He's the assistant manager here at Our Price. Hi, Mark. I've just been looking at the Asian Bhangra music here within the world music section, and there's very little selection and no Bhangra at that either. Why is that?
Well, it's just a token gesture, the material that we do have in. There isn't really a lot of demand in our shop. People don't come in asking for Bhangra music. We could go months without somebody saying, where are your Bhangra Cassettes, for example. This is simply because it doesn't have enough exposure via people like Radio 1, etc., or Piccadilly even, to give it the demand, so nobody knows about it.
Well, the demand is actually there, though, because the Sahotas have just gone platinum with their latest album, although it's not Gallup registered.
Yeah, but the people who will hear that will go to the specialist shops, because the people that will hear it will be into that specialist type of music, and they will know which shops they can go to, where they'll be able to find a wide range of Bhangra music, which we can't accommodate because we can't warrant buying enough stock in, because we simply wouldn't sell it.
We do folk, jazz, blues, world music, Cajun, basically specialist music.
But you don't actually stock Bhangra, or have you ever stocked Bhangra?
We don't stock any at the moment. We have tried on a number of occasions. It would appear that white people aren't very familiar with it and consequently don't tend to respond to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're aware the sound of it is very like a lot of the dance music that is stocked in many of the specialist shops. So why do you think there's this lack of knowledge within the white community?
Well, it's certainly very exciting music, a lot of it. I think it's just that it's ghettoised, partly because the record industry, the English record industry, doesn't acknowledge it. None of the Asian shops that sell a lot of Bhangra, I mean, they can reach sales of 50,000 on LPs, are not in part of the Gallup chart system. If they were, the albums would actually get very high in the charts. I'm sure that we could get some of that material, but we need an audience to be able to stock it. it's almost a catch-22 situation.
Well, we've been around quite a few record shops here, and there's obviously no Bhangra to be found anywhere. So let's get right back to where there is some.
Which one's Danny? Is he here? I think. Danny. This is Danny from DCS. You're going to be performing very soon for us, aren't you?
Yes.
And hopefully we'll be interviewing you later on as well. This young lady, I can't remember her name again. It's a big fan of yours.
Karen.
Yeah. And actually, what we was talking about is like a lot of the young females are actually hanging about outside the changing rooms. You should know more about this. You should know more about this than I do.
Right.
I mean, what's happening outside the changing room? So many females are actually clustering around the good-looking young men. Yeah.
It's security at the front of the door.
Yeah.
So anybody beyond that point is not allowed. It's just that very close friends and respectable people are allowed behind this door.
What about groupies?
I think that's the guy that you should be talking to.
No, but what about groupies? The groupies actually come in.
The Asian culture allows us and it gives us enough sense not to carry out these kinds of things. So we do not.
Tonight, Bhangra's gonna get you.